Welcome to the show, everyone. We have an amazing guest here today. We have Mike. How you doing today, Mike?
Doing great, man. Great. Amazing. Whoa. Those are big words. Sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry.
I gave him $20 to say that, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Ronnie, how you doing today?
As always, fantastic, sir.
Oh, awesome. Mike, I am so ecstatic to have you here today. You have such a positive message and everything. And I feel like the people that I know, even myself, from whatever I get from you, it's going to help other people too. So I'm trying to spread this message and trying to spread the word out there for, everything that you say and stuff.
Well, I can honestly say I'm humbled by that. And when I came in and you guys said those words, I'm really humbled by that, man. Yeah. Like I wake up every day, man, and I set an intention. I always try to just be the best version of me. Along the way,
yeah.
When I opened myself up to the world by saying, hey, look, these are things I struggle with, I found that there are people like yourselves that reached out to me. So I'm humbled because I often don't listen to myself. So the fact that there are people listening,
absolutely,
I'm humbled. I'm really am. So thank you for having me, and especially you guys, man. You guys are killing it, man. So happy to be here.
We're trying. So Mike, just give us a little bit about yourself right now. Currently, you are the owner of Anytime Fitness?
I have two locations. I had three prior to COVID. We shut a location down. It just turned out to be a better situation for us. Not just that, but I found myself spread a little too thin, man. I'm really, as you guys know, as being members of my gyms, I'm real hands-on. I want to know every single one of my members. I'm very active in the clubs, and having three clubs was a stretch for me personally at home. So, you can only give but so much, right? So, I have two locations, one in Smithville, one in Mays Landing. So, I still have a presence in Mays Landing, which is where I live, and a community that I've just grown to absolutely love. But Smithville's, it's funny. I had when we first came to Smithville, you hear the story of the Jersey Devil and
all that stuff.
Leeds Point, and everybody's related out here, and there's only one tree, no branches, right? I heard those stories. My God, man, we've been received, and the relationships that I have with the members from this area is unbelievable. So I'm very humbled and blessed to be in the Smithville community as well. So thank you.
Gotcha. Awesome. So before we start getting into the main topic here, I got a few questions here. This is part we normally ask our guest here on the show. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I've heard you guys ask that. I actually thought about that. I've watched the podcast, did my homework.
Oh, there you go.
You know, it's funny. I've always said, my son and I have had this on the car. My son and I do this. All right, what superhero would you want to be? I'm an observer just by nature. I love to watch people and people watch. So being invisible, I would love that power because it would give me the ability to see things that
what they truly are.
What they are, because aren't we what we do when nobody's looking?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely.
And so that I know what that means to me. So being invisible, because I'm one of those people that could lay in a crowded room. And there's a misconception about me because I'm so social. And when I'm out in the public, I'm on. Privately, I'm not, man. I'm so just almost like a hermit. I could stare at listen, man, my wife had come home and I'll be home staring in the dark there. She's like, I could stare at the wall better than anybody and not have a thought.
Oh, man. Awesome.
So that's you got my secrets.
Hey, absolutely. Yeah. Ronnie, myself, we deal with people all the time. So just having that alone time away from everyone, I love it. That is.
So wait a minute. What's your superpower? What would you want to be?
I don't think you've ever asked me this.
I've asked you a superpower before multiple times.
Oh yeah,
I know Ronnie, so I need to know this.
You've added.
We keep adding to it. The one was
Go right ahead.
I respect Mike too much to talk about that.
Ah, come on, man. That's okay. Okay.
I've heard the super penis.
Oh, okay. All right.
You want to put a shoe on it, right?
I said a 15-inch wiener because having a 13-inch wiener is just
that's got to be hard. I saw you limping here. I know it's hard, man. How'd you get out of your car?
It drives the car for me, bro.
No.
But all jokes aside, my real answer, if I had a superpower,
real answer, good.
It would be the power of healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because myself, I suffer from Crohn's disease, and I watch my sister go through it. She's going through it right now. So shout out to my sister Heather. I love you.
Yeah.
And I watch my brother go through it. So it's something that the power of healing.
Yeah.
most people will say, oh, I want all the money in the world, right? Well, all the money in the world can't heal and can't cure things, right?
Yeah.
We see
wealth.
We see our favorite actors, they die from, cancer, and they have all the money in the world, and not all the money can save you. So I think like just the power to heal, and I'm not saying I'm Jesus or anything like that.
Right.
I gotcha.
I'm just saying
that's a tall order, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I had the power to heal, let's just say Mike came in and he hurt his leg from working out today. You're healed.
Right.
And now all of a sudden he's back to normal.
Oh, that's worth more than all the gold in the world. If you,
right.
Yeah.
But it's funny you say that. I think in some regards though, we do have the power to heal. I think we do. I think that as we go through our journey and we look within, we do have, even the words we use have medicinal, you can almost will yourself into a good state. So I think we do. It doesn't have to be so grand, obviously, but I think that's the first time I've heard somebody say that, Ronnie. Look at
that. Man. That's some good stuff,
dude,
brother.
I think that, can we get that a golf clap? You guys do a golf clap? Can we start something?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
So the power to heal.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, for me being invisible too, but this is where we got the little devil here, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Think about any free concerts you can get into, Let's
Oh, yeah.
cool bands. Get behind
true.
the scenes, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Get them seen, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
That's some
You
good
can
stuff,
walk right
man.
on set to your favorite
Movies,
show and
yeah.
movie
Yeah.
and watch them record.
like, I saw when they did that.
Yeah.
Although, have you ever seen a movie being shot? It's not as glamorous. I
No, it's
actually used to
not.
live in New York City, and I got to witness the part of Vanilla Sky when Tom Cruise was running down the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when you watch it, it's a cool scene,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Man, it was so not cool. Like watching it when I saw
Really?
the movie, and I saw that in person.
That's the movie
It
magic.
wasn't. Yeah, it loses magic. And having worked in radio, my God, in the 90s, I worked for Power 99, and I got to see Wendy Williams and when she was on Philadelphia,
Yeah.
and got to see the things behind the scenes. It unfortunately, you almost wish you don't see the wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's funny,
Interesting.
man.
yeah,
That's what Hollywood, it just turns.
smoke and mirrors, baby.
Smoke and mirrors is
I mean,
right.
the gram, man. Come on, we got to talk about the gram. I mean, I'm on there, and I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I often say it. The gram's a lie. I mean, how often do you see me put that out there, man? The gram's a lie. The gram's a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people that would rather look good in the gram than real life.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
The
That's
filters
crazy.
and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that. And I always say, if you work hard enough, you don't need a filter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I'm just saying,
No.
don't beat me up. I'm going to probably get beat up by the filter users out there.
Not at all.
No, not at all, man.
I'm being real.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's the hard truth pill that people got to swallow.
Yeah. Well, what's that expression? Most people would rather be kissed with a lie than slapped with the truth.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately, that's where we are as a society. And that's where, even coming here, my wife's like, remember, we have a business to run, because sometimes we live in a world where that gotcha moment, right? And I always remind people, let's bring up Will Smith, right?
Oh, yeah.
This guy put his whole entire career has put on this persona of being a good guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
And listen, man, the guy's done some amazing things.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
unveiled the mask and showed that he was human, and now the world doesn't want to give him grace.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man. Are you the worst thing you ever did?
Right.
I'm not. Listen, if you saw, I've slapped a few people. But no, I'm kidding. But with that being said, I listen, man. Will Smith, I hope you're watching, man. I'm giving you grace, man. I still love you, man. I just think that he made a mistake. And I think the biggest thing, like Chris Rock could do in this moment, is show him grace.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how powerful that could be for the world, where we are as a world right now. We're so divided. So, grace is something that I don't think we give enough of. Yeah. It's one of the things that I'm learning to do more. Mm-hmm. I want to be a person that gives grace even when it's not deserved.
Absolutely.
That's something that's one of my goals. And that's a, you talk about Jesus moment. That's one, and certainly I think that we can all take something from that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
What do I know?
Good stuff.
I don't know.
All right. One more question here.
Uh-oh.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, all expenses paid, where would you go?
I have it, man. So it's funny. My wife and I just talked about this.
Yeah.
My dream is to hike Machu Picchu. It's been a dream of mine forever. And we actually were planning on doing it in I turned 50 next year. That was going to be my dream trip. Yeah. And I was actually going to train for it. I mean, I train for everything I do, right? But prepare for it because the altitude, 20,000 feet. But, unfortunately with COVID, a lot has changed. Traveling abroad has become a little more difficult. And what I wanted to do, the trip that I wanted, I don't know that it's possible right now.
Yeah.
So if it's supposed to be, it's still a dream. It's still, I want to do it. And I'm willing to work for it. So we may end up in, the Keys or something instead of, but I really wanted to do that trip, because I'm fascinated by, that whole region. I don't know if you've ever watched, all right, little confession here. I love the show Ancient Aliens.
Okay. Oh, I love Ancient Aliens.
Do you? I thought you were going to be like,
bro, I'm obsessed.
And my wife's probably going to say, why'd you admit that publicly? Right?
No, Mike, look, I am obsessed with that show.
There is an episode about about Machu Picchu where they talked about the engineering part, right? And how today, with all that we know, we couldn't duplicate that.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So how did some Indians just saying,
I said the same thing about the pyramids. I said the same thing about the pyramids.
I mean, so I love that show. Shout out to Ancient Aliens, man. I'm a big fan.
Listen, as a hard exterior as us males try to put on, I geek out to Ancient Aliens, bro.
Yeah.
I sit there and watch
and you're
it.
talking to a guy, I don't watch TV. My wife, I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
You throw Ancient Aliens on, I'll sit there for 4 hours and binge watch. I really don't. I can tell you.
I don't think you have time to watch TV, bro.
I don't. So I try though. I wish.
When you do your cardio, do you watch anything or listen to anything?
I'm big on podcasts. I'll listen to you guys. I love listening to I love to listen to people, man, because it's something that you can gain from, right? And I'm a firm believer. For years, I had written on my mirror this quote. It said, "Study the greats, become greater." Yeah. And bro, I don't know why that spoke to me. Yeah. I live by that. So every day, and listen, I'll show you my feed, man. I listen to at least 30 minutes of something positive. I love I've been really into geeking out on Steve Furtick. He's a pastor down in the Carolinas. It's weird because he's a pastor and I'm a follower of the teachings of Christ. I'm a believer that was an example for us. Yeah. I don't believe in religion. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, right? So with that being said, it's amazing. There's something in listening to other people's experience and journeys that can give us something. Everybody has a testimony. Mike Collazo isn't special. I believe that everyone is special. I really truly believe that we're all endowed with seeds of greatness. Oh, yeah. And this is the great equalizer. This is where I think God was amazing. Not to get all, but I really do believe this. So some of us are tall. Some of us are, short. Some people are born with like some, missing limbs, whatever.
Right.
But here's the great equalizer, right? The billionaire and the beggar both get what? 168 hours. Nobody gets a nickel less or more, right? Mm-hmm. So think there's another way God equalizes. It makes us, so we have these distractions like, well, if I was Ronnie, I could run faster. If I was as good looking as, they're distractions. They don't mean anything. Yeah. We all have that seed in us, right?
Yeah.
If I'm looking over and not nurturing my seed and worrying about your seed, how can I nurture my seed and become what I'm supposed to be?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Now, number one, the other equalizer is that we have time as an equalizer, right? But we all have that power source within us. It's not external. See, the problem is everybody's waiting or looking for a savior. Everybody's looking for that guy with the cape. Well, when this president gets in, things will be better.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing on politics. And we're not going to get political because my wife will kill me. Here's my top. I grew up in Camden, New Jersey at the worst possible time during the crack epidemic. Carter was president. Things were bad. In fact, we were in a similar situation we were now. Gas prices and not to show my age here, but I'm up there. Carter was president. Look it up, kids. There was a president named Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Speaking of farm, right? He's a peanut farmer.
Younger generation's like, who's Carter?
Carter, right? But then fast forward, again, I'm growing up in a really impoverished city like Camden, beautiful city, my city, but it's we had our issues. You got I think after Carter was Reagan, right? Nothing's changed, right? Fast forward, we go to the first Bush. Camden's still Camden, right? Yeah. So the problems that we've had in our communities and in the cities, and Camden represents every city in America, by the way. I'm just saying. Yeah. All right, right. Fast forward Reagan, then we got the Clintons, and then who by the way, Clinton, the first black president ever that they call him, right?
Yeah.
But fast forward again, we go back to Bush and Obama, and now Trump, where we are now. How much has changed in a lot of those cities, right? So for me, there is no savior. There is no, everybody that believes that one party is better than the other. Here's the deal, man. The change we want begins with us.
Yeah.
100%.
Step outside of your door, clean that trash up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
can make, you understand that everybody can make their community that much more valuable by just cleaning the trash up around their house?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
How about the trash in our own house within, right?
Yeah.
Fix you first. And that's where I think the shift in my life has come. I don't think that anybody, and I know for a fact because, that's where my transition came into who I am today from where I was, is I recognized that nobody was coming to save me.
But you.
I had I'm going to rewind now. That seed, I started nurturing it.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
I started adding a little water, a little sunshine, a little more water, and before you know it, it rooted in me. It's slow because think about it. A weed grows fast. It sprouts and explodes, right? It's a weed. But think about it. The mighty oak, before you see it, it sees light. It sees earth. It grounds itself, right? It has to because it wants to be big. And if you want to be big, you got to ground yourself. And that's what I talk about the compliment you paid me earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not seeking attention, man. I'm seeking to ground myself so others can stand on my branches and see the light.
Yeah.
100%,
Right?
yeah.
I think the Greeks have a saying that legacy is planting a seed
Right,
that
right.
you'll never get shade from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to plant seeds, man,
Yeah.
and help people nurture their seeds. Because listen, man, I'm almost a 50-year-old man. Did I say 30? But
yeah, I was gonna
listen,
say.
I'm about to be 50, and I'm having these, I guess, a midlife crisis, and knowing that what am I going to leave behind? At this point, it's not about me anymore. It's about changing and having an impact on other people's lives.
Yes.
And that for me, it's crazy that the greatest value in my life has not come from what I've acquired, the things, my money, nothing. That, believe it or not, it's the relationships that I've built or the emails that I get. And it's just, I think we all have the power. So back to you do have the power to heal, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You really do, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we were talking about you before you got here, man. I don't know if people know this, man. Ronnie got some bars. Ronnie could spit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
one of the things that we first connected on was music. We have a love for real hip hop. Like I love hip hop, but I love wordplay. I like guys that can get creative. I love that, man. I'm a modern day philosopher. I like things that provoke thought. Right. And I'll tell you what, man, your CD did. The CD that you shared with me, bro. I rocked it, man. I listened to it. It certainly had some juice in it. So
I appreciate
kudos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
So you do,
Absolutely.
man. You have the power to heal, man. Just keep nurturing that seed,
Yeah.
man.
That's it.
I appreciate you, man. You see? And this is so
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a giver. I'm almost uncomfortable when people compliment me. So.
no, don't be uncomfortable. But see, that shows how great Mike is. So
100%.
recently I've been posting a lot of videos at the gym.
Absolutely.
Amen.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
one side will say, oh, great, another workout video from somebody who's egotistical and who is trying to
showing
show
off
off
and all that stuff.
how those
Yeah.
people think.
Yeah.
And those are the people you were saying they're worrying about other people.
They
Oh
are.
yeah.
Right? They don't look at it as, well, maybe he's just excited and he's motivating and he's trying to inspire other people. I've started doing that because of Mike. And
Yeah.
I've known you for years.
I appreciate that.
Up until
and
recently.
you should. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I watched your video and I love videos like that. And I'll tell you, because I know you and I know your story, right?
Yes.
I know you struggle with your health issues and all that. And you have we call a socially acceptable excuse for failure, right? If let's flip that coin. If you went on Instagram and you were 30 pounds heavier and you went on, guys, my life sucks because I have Crohn's.
Yeah.
Right? They'd be like, oh, Ronnie, the victim. Oh. So
Yeah,
here's
exactly.
the deal, man.
Exactly.
You get two choices in life. I'm going to say this right now, and this is going to probably piss off a lot of people.
Go ahead.
This is it. You get two choices. You either choose to be a victor or a victim, but
Yes.
you can't be both.
Yes.
You're choosing to be a victor, man. So I'm going to applaud that. So when I see people like that, I know your story. Problem is, people will see that. They don't know your story.
Right.
See, but I'm going to hit you with this one thing that I think is probably one of the most powerful quotes. The loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
Right? People who criticize them. Think about this. I read, man, my God. In fact, I'm not even allowed to buy any more books. I have a ridiculous library. I've become a fan of personal development books.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, dude, I can't get enough of it. I eat it all day, right? And it's funny, when I go looking for books, I've never seen Complain Your Way to the Top.
Oh yeah.
Criticize others to win.
Right.
Boo, they suck.
Yeah.
That book doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And me, I study the greats to become greater, right? So I'm studying the people who've done it. Not one of them will I've never heard Tony Robbins talk shit about anybody.
Yeah.
I've never heard Les Brown say, you know what, that guy sucks. That fact, I've been to see these guys, they big up other speakers who are in their same, they don't look at them as competition. They go, these guys, like, you guys are doing this podcast, great things, right? I can easily say, well, you know, so-and-so's Joe, you're not Joe Rogan. Who do you think you are, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
But I guarantee you this, somebody go,
yeah.
look at these guys. They think they're Joe Rogan.
100%.
Listen, Joe Rogan is amazing. I love Joe Rogan, right? I listen to him all the time.
Yeah.
But rather that, I'm going to not only applaud it, you invited me, I want to be a part of it because guess what? There's seeds of greatness in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I have a choice. I could be the boo, or I can add a little water and help you nurture it.
Yeah.
And again, I talk about legacy, right? Legacy is planting those seeds or nurturing those seeds that you want to see grow. And I really do believe that you not only have you're a student, man, and I love people who are willing and open to learn. I was blown away that you came to me and said, hey, man, I'm looking at you. You're the guy with the big arms in the gym, the big chest. And I'm going, I need help. I'm like, brother, there's a lot of people need help. You don't need help. And you were open enough to take advantage of coaching with us.
Oh, yeah.
And just to see what you've done. Again, most people would have said, Carl looks good.
Yeah.
But guess what? Good is the enemy of great. And that's 100%. What I love. That was the day I started looking at you a little harder. I was impressed by that because you were good. Nobody would ever say, but everyone, Carl looks good. Yeah. You're choosing great. And that's a choice. Again, victor, a victim. I'm every day. Listen, I'm not looking to be better than Ronnie. I'm not looking to be better than you. I'm not looking to be better than anybody than the guy I was yesterday.
Than yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So if I can beat that guy, listen, there's a great quote. It's an African proverb that says, if you can conquer the enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. You against you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat him.
Absolutely.
I mean, some days, man, I limp out. I limp out of the gym, and some days it's
right.
But guess what? Show up, man. Show up. That's what
Do
for
something.
me. That's who I hope my legacy is. And you guys see me put up that post. I throw up the tag one rep. That's something I'm working on. I'm hoping to finish this book this year, man. And one rep's about that, man. It's that one rep, man. People, you don't know what. There's one rep that's going to change your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? You can go to the gym. Listen, I know a guy who went to the gym for 4 years. Nothing happened. One day he went in after having a really bad day at work, and he said to me, Mike, you mentioned that one rep stuff. That one rep, he's now 100 pounds lighter. He's running marathons. Took him 4 years. Yeah. That one rep changed his life. So when people come to me as a coach or a trainer, they almost look at me like a magician. And here's what I do tell people. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. And these are words people don't want to hear. We live in a cheap and free society. They think I'm a microwave. 15 seconds, they're going to have abs. Yeah. Listen, abs are expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Abs are expensive.
That they
Listen, you're out there, you want abs? I can get you abs, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap. I know what I paid for mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're not cheap. Now, don't tell me you can't have abs. I hate when people tell, I can't have abs.
They're like, genetics and all this other stuff.
Listen, one of my coaches, I big up my coach. One of my coaches, Jess, she was a former client, 2 moms and all that. That was a conversation she and I had. Again, most people would agree, middle age. Well, she's in her, I think, late 30s, 2 kids. Most people say, well, can't have abs at that point, right? Have you seen her abs? You've seen her abs,
yep.
Right? So it's a choice. She embraced the fact that, you know what? This is the price to pay for abs. I'm willing to pay that price. Mm-hmm. Right. That's what we should be saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, I could talk, can I? I'm done,
bro.
Listen. It's inspiring. I feel.
I don't want to stop you from talking, man.
Let me just say, look, I'm sitting across from him, and I gotta stop myself from smiling like a fanboy.
Oh, I am smiling the whole time, bro.
Sitting across.
I gotta give him $20 too now. I'm gonna leave here broke, brother.
It's inspiring, man.
Yeah.
And look, and Carl. This is what I was talking about.
Oh, I know, man.
I said, as soon as we have Mike on here, it is going to change the room.
Oh, yeah.
And
wow, that's heavy.
It is.
Listen, I know you're humble with it, but Mike, listen, bro, you changed the room, bro.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I appreciate it.
When I sit there and I watch your videos, and I watch every single one of them, right?
I do.
And then I want to do that. You know what I mean? Because I want to feel how you're feeling. I want to smile like how you smile.
Yeah.
I want to wake up and love the day like you seem like you love the day.
I do, man.
And we know every day isn't going to be roses and sunshine, right?
Yeah.
But if it's raining outside, bring your own roses.
That's it.
Bring your own sunshine.
Learn how to dance in that rain.
Now, I'm not good with the words like how Mike is and stuff like that. I'm different. I'm different when it comes to wordplay. Okay, throw a beat on and I'll chop somebody up verbally.
Oh,
but
yeah.
those days are over. But listen, you inspire me, and I'm not trying to gaslight you at all.
Nah, I appreciate it. I know you well enough to know
I'm
that.
42, and I started to look at my surroundings of the people that I had in my life.
Yeah,
right.
That's hard.
And I looked at them, and nothing against them, right? I wish them all the best. We talked about this before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I realized that they all had a lot of pain that they were masking, and they were not taking care of themselves. They were not fixing their problems. All they were doing was going to the bottle. They were going to the bar. They were doing things that aren't going to help you in the long run. It's only a temporary fix.
Amen.
And you end up being more depressed once that fix goes away, right?
Amen. And
I've never left the gym feeling more depressed about myself.
That's what I was going to say. Yep.
You understand what I mean?
No, I see it.
Example, the other day, and I'm not going to name any names, a lot of young boys we work with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love these guys.
He had red sneakers on. And
check this out.
I'm not going to say his name, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to say his name.
And he parked the white Honda next to my car. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, so they, a couple nights have passed, and they went out drinking.
Oh, yeah.
They asked me to come. As much as I would love to be around these guys because I love their energy, they're great dudes, I took my ass to the gym.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So when
that's how you get abs, by the way. That's the price. Talk about price. That's one of the prices.
That's the price.
You got to be willing to say not just yes, no.
Right.
You got to be able to say no.
Mm-hmm. And they're in their early 20s, so they can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
3 days in a row with no sleep.
Right. Yeah. Look,
I've done it.
Look, and they'll still get abs, right?
Yeah.
I'm at a point in my life where I can't afford to do that.
No.
And I'm not talking financially or anything like that. I mean, for my personal health, my my future, I can't do that.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you this. I had the same epiphany. It sounds like you are where I was almost 4 years ago. In fact, I'm here to say January, it'll be 4 years I've been sober. So we can give that some love, right?
Yeah, bro.
And again, most people say, well, Mike, especially people that knew me, they're like, well, Mike, you weren't an alcoholic. Yeah, I'll tell you why I was. Every weekend I had to get it in. Yeah. I couldn't go to a party without getting it in. Now, I mean, I can tell you that I wasn't the guy that acted up. In fact, the running joke is I would disappear. When I got to the point where it was over, I would find a place to sleep. I was never the guy that wanted to fight. I was never the loud drunk. I was never that guy, but I had that epiphany where I realized that, okay, so I drink on Thursday night, right? Because it's Friday tomorrow. So I'm going to drink on Thursday night, just a beer to take the edge off because tomorrow's Friday anyways. All right.
Yeah.
So then Friday you get to drinking on again. So now that's 2 days in a row. We're drinking a little bit more. Now Saturday, might as well get up, do some day drinking, right? Get a couple in. And so what happens over time, you don't realize it. And I got into those IPAs, man. One day I looked in the mirror, man, I had a big stomach. I was actually 225, man. And then I was having some health issues, and I don't have the best lineage when it comes to health history, which I'd love to talk a little bit about that. Family history. Why do you when you go to the doctors, they always ask about your family health.
Right.
Chances are you're going to go through the same things they are, right? Yeah. High cholesterol, high blood, all those things. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're eating and doing the same things they do, you're just waiting time to, right? So I realized that my mom, I've seen her suffer, and some of the elders in my family. And I don't want to be the guy that has to take a pill every day to live. I don't want to be that guy. So I made a decision, and this was in meditation and prayer. I literally, as I was opening a beer on New Year's Eve, almost 4 years ago, I opened the beer and I felt this, said, why not today? And I hate New Year's resolution people. In fact, and I haven't had one since. I haven't had a drink since, and I'm proud. And first it was just going to be, let me just do it for this year. I wanted to lose some weight. I said, all right, this is going to be, and then at my 1 year anniversary, I come home from work, and it was weird. You know when you come home and things are out of order? I pay attention to things, right? Yeah. Things were out of order, and cars weren't where they were supposed to be. I'm like, what's going on here? I get in a house, and my entire family was there celebrating my 1 year sobriety.
Wow.
I mean, they blew my mind. I mean, brought me to tears, man.
Yeah.
And then I realized that the kids, especially, I have a lot of nieces and nephews, were paying attention. And they were like, Uncle Mike, we're proud of you. And so I realized that, damn, we can make a difference. And again, talk about changing the world. Well, how about now if I'm the first in my lineage to break that curse,
that cycle,
that cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a history of alcoholism in my family as well. So if I'm the first to break it and my son never even touches a beer, that's it. Cash me out. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. That in itself was worth the price of admission. So I applaud you for that, because I think when you start looking within, it changes you. And again, people don't, oh, what's a beer, Mike? Well, here's what I challenge people right now. Go 30 days without having a drop of alcohol. Most people can't do it.
No, they can't.
And that's how you know you're an alcoholic. I'm sorry. Right. If you can't go 30 days or go to a party without drinking, maybe you have a problem. And again, I'm not here to judge you.
No, not at all.
But don't be upset at a guy like you for posting videos and choosing not to go to gym. And I know where you are, because unfortunately, me choosing not to drink anymore cost me a few relationships. And it made me sad. I'm not going to lie.
But they weren't true relationships. Then.
Well, let me tell you this. I said that abs have a cost. Yeah. So does ascending.
Yeah. Yes.
You want to ascend to a new level, you have to be willing to pay those prices. And for me, if I'm willing to take anybody that wants to go with me. Yeah. If you want to ascend and be a better person, I'll share everything I'm doing. And that's what I do on social media. So those people that criticize me for, taking off my shirt or, you're just showing off. Because I've had those in my DMs. Oh, show off. Or they see one of my vehicles or something. Listen, if you knew where I've been, you'd be clapping. Yep. I'm a kid from Camden, New Jersey. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't even read and write when I graduated high school. I was using drugs at 11. Yeah. So I've struggled with drugs most of my life. I mean, cocaine, marijuana, I've name it. I've done it, pills. And so for me, I don't preach from a place of judgment. I preach from a place I've been there. I know what it's like. And I'm here to say that if I can do it, bro, anybody can. I'm not special by any means. I'm not. And I appreciate the accolades and the love, but I'm not, man. I've tapped into source. I believe that the power first comes from prayer, and prayer gave me my power and my purpose. And when you have purpose, you're unstoppable. And I find that is growing inside of me in a level that it's gonna, you want to talk about losing relationships. I'm about to burn relationships, because not everybody's going where I'm going.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this, Ronnie, I want everybody to come along.
Oh yeah.
I want to make a difference. And I want to listen, I'll share something that I've never shared publicly. I was thinking about it on the ride in, because I recently got a DM from a former client, right? Because we don't know how we plant these seeds and we nurture them, we walk away. Yeah. And I'm blessed that I've been able to connect with a lot of my former clients, especially the young kids, right? I didn't really have, my dad really wasn't in my life. My stepdad came in and he was an amazing man, but he wasn't my dad, right? So I've struggled with that in most of my life. So whenever I have a young man at my gym, I always try to pour into them. I try to be that voice, like almost like an Uncle Mike, right? So a lot of them do. They'll call me coach, uncle. Well, it's funny that I recently got and I don't want to use his name because I had permission to say this, but he knows who he is. And if he's open when this comes out, I will give you a shout out. And people will probably be able to figure it out anyway. He said he's having a lot of success. He's in finance. He just got married and he posts his success, his new watch. I have a watch addiction, and this kid's acquired one. And I'm like, did he get that from me? But anyway, and someone I trained and I always enjoyed. And he was a football player who he was an okay football player. I was like, you could be better. Let's go. And I pushed him, trained him. He ended up playing for West Virginia, walked on and ended up playing West Virginia, got a ring in a bowl. Oh, wow. And so fast forward, I didn't sit there and go, that was me. That was him. He decided that and he learned. But I just got an email and he said that was period of his life was most detrimental because he didn't have a father figure. So that day I was struggling. I opened my DM. This guy made me cry, man.
Oh yeah.
He's a grown man now. Yeah. And he said, you were so, I'd love to get together and we're going to get together, have dinner and smoke some cigars. I'm into cigars. And I'm looking forward to that because this is a seed I planted 13, 14 years ago. Yeah. And now he's doing great things, man. And so I think we do have the ability to make a difference. And I just I'm not looking to keep score. If you keep score, you lose. I'm not keeping score, man. Just plant your seeds and go, man, and help and push when you can. So anyway, I don't know where we were, but let's go.
Hey, man, it's all on the same page, talking about support, showing love.
Yeah.
helping your fellow brother and sister and all that stuff to get.
We need more of that today.
And
we need it.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that we are here for. We're trying to support other people, and they're supporting us. Same thing. So vice versa, man. Wow, bro.
I know.
I know. I'm sorry. And then I got to catch myself because I could go.
So it's just so it is an overwhelming feeling. You know what I mean? Like I can't describe it, man.
It's an amazing feeling when you have a group of people together.
Oh yeah.
That are on the same, we'll say in the same book. Not everyone's on the same page, but we're in the same book. This is the goals. We're all going for our goals and everything like that. So I mean, to get people together, that community, come together, man. It's just it's
I believe that
feeling.
we rise by lifting others, and that
yes.
for me, that's what's changing my life. When you join my gym, I really want to help you. I really want you to be the best. In fact, I want your body looking better than mine. I'm one of those guys that I clap for people when they win. And that's the other thing, man. Back to you in your videos, right? If somebody's not clapping for you when you're winning, that's actually their problem, man. Yeah. See, I'll never forget when I was coming up in the fitness industry and I used to, because I grew up poor, I had this really, this disconnect with money. I associate it with evil. I was told, well, money's evil. It isn't. I really don't believe that. I believe that there's nothing wrong with getting money as long as money's not getting you.
Yes.
Right. I don't chase money. Money chases me.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer of that. We're all endowed with seeds of greatness. So we all have a blessing in something that we can nurture that'll grow and produce. That I believe that. Right. But when somebody's not clapping for you, it's their problem. And I'll never forget a guy told me once, when you look at people that have done well and you're not clapping for them, right? You won't have that which you negate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if somebody is seeing your arms and the way you work out and your body and they're sitting there eating donuts, criticizing you, they'll never have it because they negate it. So it's actually a law. It's a law. You're telling the universe you don't want that.
Oh yeah.
And I really do believe there's power in that. There's power in the words that we use. Yeah. And so we should be lifting others because that's how you rise. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Listen, I recently had a compliment. That's probably one of the greatest compliments. I was among some business people and a guy was talking about me, not knowing it was me.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, his something about his wife, blah blah blah. I don't even know the connection. Long story short, here goes this guy. Apparently, this guy's like some motivational speaker. He's amazing, blah blah blah. And he was saying, he goes, I'm gonna have to check it out. And the guy was like, what's the guy's name? He goes, I don't know, Mike Lazo or something. I don't know. And the guy's laughing because he knows it's me. And he goes, what'd you say? The guy, so you want to talk about a compliment that. When people again hear this guy, that could have went ugly. Imagine if he was like, "This guy sucks."
Yeah.
Which listen, at the end of the day, man, not everybody's gonna drink my juice, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not looking for. I don't care. Like, but somebody tells me they don't like me, I'm like, good. I mean, like it's not good, but I mean, that's your choice.
That's one less person.
Some people like apple juice. Yeah. Some people like orange juice.
Right.
Period.
That's it.
Guess what?
Absolutely.
I don't hate apple juice. I'm not gonna go and start a committee to destroy
Protest
apple juice because I don't like apple juice.
I'm just not going to drink it.
I'm just not going to drink it.
Right.
Yes, it is, but So.
But that's something that we were talking about before, the law of attraction. Basically, with your mind, you're putting through everything like like if you're putting positive message out there, you're soaking in positive message. Whatever you put out in the world, you're getting it back.
Amen.
So negativity, if you have a negative mindset and you're doing a lot of negative things, that's what you're going to get back. And you're going to be stuck in that thing. Like myself, I was stuck in that negativity for years until it took one change, man. I got a little something I do with people when I talk about that. Both of you guys, I want you to put your hands out on the table like this with your hands closed, right? All right. When I say go, and I do this for illustration only purposes, I got a $100 bill. Ready? Catch it. Catch it. Catch it. Guess what? Inspiration is like this $100 bill. Open your hands. Ready? Open your hands. Catch it. If you catch it, you can catch it. Catch it. Right? Most people don't receive it because they're not willing to receive. You got to open your hands and be open to receive it. See, what I know is that I don't know. And just like this $100, you don't get to keep this, by the way. No, I don't want
this $100 bill.
Money.
I was thinking for a second, I'm like, if I catch it, does that mean I can keep it?
Hey, if I don't make it out of here, guys, park right off front. No, but think about it. You weren't ready to receive it.
Yeah.
Right. You mentioned that someone was trying to pour into you. Listen,
Yeah.
same is true with me, man. And I've been fortunate that I had some people. There's a shout out to one of my first, I would say, mentor. My mom. I grew up in a really harsh environment, Camden, New Jersey, and not having a dad. And so my mom got me into karate because I was a fighter. I was, kind of like always getting into fights and stuff like that. So she figured, put me into karate classes. I went in there beating everybody up too. And this was a man who, I'm like, do we spar? I only wanted to go on the days we were sparring.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to learn the katas and
all that stuff.
I just go there, can we spar today? Yeah, I showed up and I went to fight the black belts. Because my thing is, I'm a white belt and I'm beating up black belts. So like, I want to prove them wrong. Yeah. And often I got my ass kicked, believe it or not, but that's another story. But this guy Thornton, shout out to Thornton, man, from Camden, New Jersey, off-duty cop who would actually mentor young kids. And a lot of us were, struggling, and we come from single parent homes and all. And he made me commit this to memory. It meant nothing to me at the time. Late one day, I'll never forget, I was in the Air Force, and I remember saying it to myself, and I started crying. He made me commit this. He said, excuses are tools for the weak and incompetent to build monuments of nothingness. Those that use them seldom excel at anything but excuses, excuses, excuses. He would always say to me, Colazo, excuses are the nails that built the house of failure.
Oh, yeah.
My God. And I remember going, I've been making excuses most of my life.
Yeah.
And when you stop making excuses, it changes everything, man. Or blaming. That's the other thing. We blame. Well, my boss's fault. I love when people say that. Oh, I ain't getting ahead because of my boss. Then change the situation. Right. Like you have the power to change any situation, right?
Become the boss.
I did. That's my story in a nutshell. Right. I got fired. All right, here's something that most people don't know.
Yeah.
All right. What was happening in 2008?
2008,
the world was collapsing.
The collapse.
Guess when I started my business?
2008.
Same situation. Right? Different result. I didn't participate. Yeah. So even now, what's going on, with COVID and all that, there's people who chose to participate. Right. Me, I chose to find ways to navigate.
Yes.
You participate or navigate. Right?
There you go.
We need to write that down, right?
Yeah.
But I chose to navigate around it. Like, in fact, I actually used the time to reconnect with my family. Yeah. Right. I was that workaholic. And that's what I said. Sometimes you want more. And I realized I had everything I needed. Right. So what I chose to do when things were shut down is, dude, I traveled. I mean, we were on our bikes. We were going on hikes. I spent a lot of time in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With my family. And it was awesome. I got to kind of do something that I normally don't do. And so it's given me some perspective. And I think that we can gain that from whatever it is. Even, I hate to say this. Here's a question I'll ask you both.
Go ahead.
Do you believe that things are good and bad? Like something's either good or bad?
I look at things both ways, depending on how I'm receiving it.
Right. Ronnie?
So.
Yeah, I think there is good and bad.
What if, all right, it's not get deep, nothing's good or bad?
Yeah. It's how you
ponder that. Like, I'm not coming. I don't have the answer.
Well, that's
right.
I've been asking myself that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I look back on my life, I'm trying to write this book. So I've been writing things. I'm like, wait a minute, that was bad. But if that didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
And I'm realizing that the worst things that ever happened to me were the best things that ever happened to me. Right. So how did I get into fitness? Near-death motorcycle accident.
Okay.
Right. So had I not gotten that accident, and that was a horrible time in my life, man.
Yeah.
Horrible time in my life. But it gave me the most perspective.
Was this before I met you?
Yeah, this was a long time ago, man. I was going through, it was actually the transition for me getting out of the music industry. Yeah. I had a hard time with that because my whole life I knew that that's what I was supposed to be doing. I enjoyed, I still do. I have a studio. I like, making the beats and DJing and playing with. I love sound. I love words. So I still do it. I don't have to do it publicly to do it.
Right.
Absolutely.
I do it, and it's funny. I have a nice little setup at home. That's my therapy. When most people sit and binge watch Survivor or whatever they binge watch, I go in there and I collect vinyl. I got a guy that sends me records from Russia. You know what I mean? So you'd be surprised what I'm listening to. You're like, what? When you look at my record collection, I love vinyl.
Awesome.
But I think that we can take any situation, right? And if you really don't look at it as good or bad and just say, what in this situation can I gain from? That's powerful, man. And I've been trying to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I was late to a meeting recently because of something I had absolutely no control over. And then I was really upset at myself. But then I realized that what if there was an accident and that's what happened? Like, you got to understand, sometimes things happen, and it's weird. Me being late turned into it actually worked out, but we sometimes have to not get emotional and not let our emotions dictate our day. I hear this a lot. My boss ruined my day.
Whoa.
Why? Or my neighbor ruined my day. Or
that's something like a 5-minute conversation or a 30-second interaction. Someone cuts you off. You're gonna dwell on that all day.
People do
to ruin your day.
Yes.
And that's the thing. It's
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to, man.
Same here, man. 30 seconds. It ruined my day, and I would think about it and dwell on it. I don't want to be in that place anymore. And that's what really took myself. Like you were saying, when something happens, there's a message, there's a learning lesson in anything and everything that happens. And if you have your mind is open to learning anything from anyone,
right,
you will succeed, man. You'll grow from that.
I often ask myself, why does that upset me? So Ronnie said, because we live in this place, getting back to Will Smith, like when people say, this cancer culture that we live in now.
Yeah.
When something upsets me, let's say you in our conversation, you say something, maybe it rubs me wrong. Instead of me going, F Ronnie, man, why would he say that? If I ask myself, well, why does that bother me? It actually changes your whole perspective. And it's a deeper thought. And again, half full, half empty, victim, victor. If you shift your thinking, your life can change. And I think that, a quick story, because I have so many, I love stories. Stories for me work for me. I love parables, but I love stories. I love little stories. My wife and I were in Cape A one year. We were having, with the family, whatever. And we decided to go out for some breakfast sandwiches. So we're in this spot and it's packed. Now they bring in, I think, a lot of foreign kids, that to work for the summers.
Yeah, they work for the summer.
So there were some girls working the counter that were like from like England, not England. They were from I think they were Irish, so they had the thick Irish accents, right?
Yeah.
And so this guy comes in and he's like, "Don't put American cheese on my eggs," and he's like yelling at her. And the girl, and you could tell she was already intimidated because of the language barrier, and he was being, and so fast forward, our sandwiches comes. She put the wrong cheese on his sandwich. I mean, this guy lost it on her.
Jeez.
So I looked at my wife and I go, it wasn't the cheese.
No.
And we use that in my house now. So often when people lose their shit, it's not the cheese, man. Right. You got some deep stuff you need to fix. Don't dump it on. So I don't allow people to dump their shit on my plate because guess what? I got my own. So a lot of times when people have those moments on me, I go, hey, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm going to walk away. This is probably better if you got some stuff to work out. Or worse, you really want to make somebody like kind of think of things. I had somebody who made, in business, made a billing error and they messed up, but they wanted to blame me, right? So she called me an arrogant asshole. And you know what I said? I can be sometimes. She stormed out of there. Right? So she wanted an argument.
Right.
3 days later, she calls me and apologized. She goes, how come you didn't give it to me? I go, because I knew it wasn't. She admitted that her and her husband had been fighting that day. Yeah. So often you gotta kind of get grace.
Right.
Like I try to just give grace because you don't know what people are going home to.
Oh yeah.
And I'm learning this as a business owner, who a guy who's in my gym every day, and I talk to all my members. I love my members, but a lot of time, here's the deal, man. There's people that rather be at the gym than at home. They go home to some bad situations. I mean, I wish I could elaborate more on that.
Yeah.
But I have some members right now that, my God, I know that we're their safe space. And so I remind my staff, like, let's just love on them because we can't fix what they got going at home. Only they can. Right. But, if this is their hour or this is their hour and a half, let's make it the best hour and a half. Let's try to love on them.
Absolutely.
And so,
where they're succeeding in that is they're at the gym instead of the bar.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're winning already.
They are.
Because instead of escaping to the alcohol, they're trying to better themselves physically and mentally and stuff. So I keep bringing up the drinking and the bar, excuse me, because we're surrounded by a lot of people who feel like that's the only exit.
That's the only answer. Yeah.
Well, society promotes it. I mean, society says if you're not, it's just, you're not living their best life. Right. I mean, you look at the glass cheering and social media, it's all that and it's working. Like, oh my God, I honestly wish there was a dislike button on those because these girls are almost being encouraged to think they're being half naked on social media, and it's the opposite, man.
Doing that stuff, yeah.
Listen, if I was single today, if I met a girl and there were videos of her, she'd be off. I wouldn't even consider you as a wife. Man. Just saying. And I like classy. My wife's very classy. I like classy women.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
I hear you.
There's not that much more like that anymore. I mean, a lot of, like you said, a lot of people, they're idolizing the wrong people.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, they're looking at
They want the attention. We live in attention driven.
Yes.
It's the new crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Attention.
attention. Absolutely. Everything is, you know, right there, palm of your hand,
Right.
looking at everyone's videos and all that stuff and likes and
All right.
and
Well, how
everything.
many, it's funny. I just read this and I wish I had the stats. How many YouTube stars have committed suicide in the last 5 years?
Oh man.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I bet.
Right. These kids they made it. They hit it. But the attention is like they say how you get the attention. Imagine if you acquire it that way. Where do you go from there?
Right.
Because you got to keep up in the ante, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the way I look at it, I've acquired, I think 7,000 followers. And again, I didn't know. Somebody had to tell me, like, dude, you got almost 7,000 followers. Great. What?
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I don't care. I said to you guys earlier, I don't care if it's 2 followers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how many followers. How many people? Now, ask me, how many people have I impacted? That means more to me than
Yes.
followers. So how I'm doing it. So if it does one day, for whatever reason, I acquire some notoriety because of my post, I can keep elevating. I keep promoting people. But imagine if you're getting it in a negative way. How do you up it?
Right.
How do you keep that going?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
crazy. And I just wish, I mean, I don't know the answer to that, nor do I that's not my wheelhouse. That's some deep stuff.
That was remember I was telling you, Carl, I said the videos, the shows that we record that I'm on,
Yeah.
I said, wow, they don't get as many views as the other ones. But
Yeah, you're
you
saying
said, what did you say?
I said people are watching them more.
They're watching,
They're watching it more
Longer.
instead of clicking through.
right.
They're watching it longer.
the full video.
So the message is getting to people. That's the
Right.
thing. You're not getting a bunch of views, but
Yeah.
they're watching the
Right.
video is what I'm
And you
trying to
guys
tell
definitely have some like I like the chemistry. I like the
Yeah.
good cop, bad cop. You're both great guys, but it's
Yeah.
funny. You guys bring a different element.
Yeah,
I think you
absolutely.
need that. You couldn't have 2 Carls. You couldn't have 2
No,
Ronnies.
no,
God
not at all.
forbid.
Jeez.
Imagine 2 Ronnies. Jesus.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, we don't want to do that.
Oh my
so
God.
so I think it works, man. I applaud it and certainly support you, man. Certainly, I think you guys, you're on to something. And again, if 5 people watch, man, I think it's a success. That's just how I
Absolutely.
live.
Yeah.
I don't view my success on how much money I have, and for me, it's about I feel good about what I do. You know, I have clients that, man, my God, I'm so close with them, and the relationships for me, the value in those relationships are you can't quantify them. You can't put a price tag on them. So and so often, you know, I wake up looking to inspire, but how often am I inspired? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I need it more than, you know, like I said, I got an email the other day or a message the other day from a guy who on the day I needed it. The crazy thing is I was struggling that day. I was really struggling, and I got that. And he really just made me realize that. All right, here's the deal. The 2 most important days of your life, right? We know what that is, right? You guys know that?
2 most important things
most
in your
important
life.
2 most important days.
Days.
You
Days,
get
okay.
2 days.
I
2
got
days,
you.
right? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm Puerto Rican. English is my second language. So. People never know what I am.
No,
Like, what? They're always afraid to ask me, like, what are you? What? You know, you're brown, but what are you?
Well, because your last name sounds Italian as hell.
Oh, I get Italian, Greek, black. My wife's African American, so I always think people are like, what are you guys? Puerto Rican, whatever. But
So
hey,
the 2
it's
most-
Hispanic heritage month, so shout out to my people. So let's give some love too.
Absolutely, man.
All right, si es Goya. We can get a Goya sponsorship here, right? So,
Okay.
No, but so the day you're born, right, obviously, and the day you find out why.
Wow.
And
Bro.
that right. So here we go. I want to kind of circle back. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been blessed, man. And this is where for me, if I do nothing else, man, I'm good, man, because I found out why I'm here, man. And how I got to that point wasn't easy. It was heavy.
Yeah.
And I had to endure some pain personally, privately. But I know why. And so my stories and my struggles with drugs, alcohol, womanizing, all that has been my ability to been able to reach and help people. Right. So now I have this ability to connect with people. Like when they say, oh, well, you know, I'm getting up and I'm smoking before I even leave the house. Me too. I know what that's like.
Yeah.
I know what that's like. I know that, or being at a party and like feeling anxiety and or like for me, not feeling like I belong, man. Like I'm a kid from Camden. I never felt like I belong anywhere. And I never lived. Here's the crazy part. I don't think by the time I was 18, I probably lived in 15 houses.
Yeah.
Try that one. Right?
Yeah.
So you never had the feeling of home.
Never. Ever. This is where I live now. That's why Mays Landing people are like, dude, you're weird. Like people in my neighborhood think that I'm so weird that I think Mays Landing, New Jersey is the greatest. It is. As a kid,
it is great.
I know, but as a kid, when I would fantasize about the picket fence, the house, I visualize a town like Mays Landing.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that I am where I want to be.
Right.
It's warm. It's diverse. Yeah. You know, it's just a beautiful town. And, you know, shout out to my neighbors, because it takes a community. And I've always felt welcome there. I've never felt not welcome. So I think that's it, man. You know, you just got to figure it out. And I don't think that there's somebody that has your answers. I certainly think that I've had people come to me and I think they've been disappointed because they see my motive. They have this vision of who I am, right? This public persona, motivation from Mike, right? I give it to you. And then I meet them and I tell them, and I give them a shovel. And I'm like, oh no, you're digging the ditch, right? Yeah. They think that I'm like a magician and wave your wand and your problems are going away. And and that's why I don't brand myself as a personal trainer. I brand myself as a coach. I am proud to say that I've helped a lot of people kick addictions.
Yeah.
In fact, I just got a package Friday from a former client. Shout out Casey. I know she won't mind me saying this. It touched me. Another one made my day. She moved away, but she had some struggles and she won. You know, she was and she's in a better place. But she sent me a thank you. And so often we don't realize how we can impact people's lives. But sobriety is something that we don't talk about enough. Amongst in our society, we have socially acceptable drinking. It's acceptable for Thursday night to get your drinking on and get it through to Sunday.
Right.
It's acceptable. And so what you're dealing with, I think most people, listen, during COVID, when everything was shut down, and I was standing in my business that helps people beat addictions and lose weight and build their immune systems. And I couldn't. And I went to my gym and I was sitting in an empty gym by myself and I'm staring across the parking lot and there's a line at 9 o'clock in the morning for the liquor store to open. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that we have to be on. And I don't know that our society's ready for honesty, man, because if you think about this, man, we crucify those who tell the truth.
Yeah,
it's true.
We crucify. They're going to go back. If God forbid, they're going to go back to something I said in third grade. And believe you me, brother, I've said some horrible things in my day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll tell you right now, I said them. So go ahead and cancel. I don't care. Right. Like I'm not looking for society's approval, man. I literally have a journey. I know why I'm here. And I know that one day I'm going to have to answer for my actions on this world.
Absolutely.
So, and if I could be proud and more importantly, look at my family and they're proud of me, bro, I don't care what anybody else thinks. So be honest, what other people think about me is none of my business.
Yeah,
it really isn't.
Absolutely.
So, but listen, along the way, man, I'm in the business of helping people. And I really, truly believe that if you step foot in my facility, I can help you. But just like that $100 bill, I got to go back to that. If your hands ain't open, I can't help you. Right. You got to be willing to take that pill that I'm going to give you and swallow it. But most people just like, well, I want to lose 40 pounds, but I want it in 3 weeks and I want to eat bread and drink every night. Can you help me? No. Like, I can't. And I've turned away people. I literally have turned people away. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
I have a client right now who I actually a couple months ago had to tell her, hey, I'm sorry, I can't be your trainer anymore. Yeah. Because I wasn't able to do my best with her.
Yeah.
She fought me the whole way. So one day I said, listen, I love the money you give me. It's great money.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm expensive. Yeah. You know? So I was like, listen, right now I have somebody that wants your spot. I want to give her a shot. So we're done. This is it. She's like, I'm paying you. I'm like, yeah, but you're not giving me what I want.
Right.
The money's great, but I want to see you. I know I can help you. Yeah. So we're done. And she didn't, and I stopped training her. Now, fast forward, she called me a month later and says, all right, I'm ready. Dude, we've had since then transformation.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So how about this? We had trained like 6 months, nothing. It's been about 2 months. She had a greater transformation in 2 months than she did in 6 months. What shift? Her thinking.
Her mindset, right. Yeah.
You see, the power is in the mind, man. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
Stinking thinking. That's what most people are suffering from. Right. Zig Ziglar said it, stinking thinking. Yeah. Right? And so what does he say also? It's not your aptitude, but your attitude that determines your altitude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's the shifting of our mind that changes everything, man. Yep. So if two people could have the same experience, and I'm telling you, there's people in my own family. You talk about not caring for you. I know when I'm not around, I'm the topic. Oh, who he think he is. Oh, he think he better than us. He forgot. Or I love this. Yeah. You forgot you from Camden. No, I didn't.
Right.
I didn't forget.
Right.
There ain't a day in my life I ain't forget I'm from CMD.
Right.
Yeah.
4th Street, Beckett, let's go all day. I'm from there. And guess what? I'm proud that I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I'm proud that I came up the way I came up. I'm proud that I had some I'm proud that I made a lot of mistakes early in life and that I'm able to help people today because of those mistakes. Yeah. I'm blessed. In fact, it's one of the first things I say, thank you, God, every day for those moments. Those are the moments that are now giving me the tool and the platform to be impactful.
Yes.
And that's what impactful. That's, I live by this acronym, right? And I have this thing I say, and I have a lot of, I think we should. And I keep, you'll never see me without my book. I write every day. I write thoughts, ideas, conversations. And I think that I brought this because people often say it. And I say, let me see your journal. Ask me to see mine. I mean, I have everything from visions, and I'm big on, you see that, right? 9/11, Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, if you're willing to work for it, right?
Right.
Yeah. But here's what I say, man. And this is when people ask me, who are you, right? Who are you? Cats ask somebody that, man, who are you? All right. So this is what I say. I know and embrace my personal power. I'm a highly motivated person with a positive, purposeful mind. If I pursue God's plan, I'm destined to live prosperous. Every day, that's the first thing I tell myself. You got to talk to yourself. There's power in words. It says it in scriptures, right? There's power in the words we use. And if I wake up and go, oh, it's going to be a shitty Monday. I can almost guarantee it's going to be a shitty Monday.
Oh, big time.
You see, like when we get up and we go to where we have to go to make money.
Yeah, man.
Right when you pull in the parking lot.
I don't want to be here.
Well, yeah. And speaking of that, man, I think you can make it's funny, man. At some point, man, that's where I want to go in.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So I want to go
100%.
where you work. That's where. So I'm writing. People ask, "What are you writing a book for?" And I want to be able to be impactful that way, man. I think that my ministry and when I say my ministry, I believe I am a minister. I'm a minister of I'm preaching positivity. I'm preaching faith-based, fitness. I believe that we have the power, and that's what people see. Understand? There's a society that right now that wants to divide and conquer.
Oh yeah.
There's money in division. There's people getting paid off dividing people.
Right.
I don't care who you voted for. I really don't. Yeah. I care what's in your heart. That's what matters to me, right? So, whereas if you can divide people, you can control them. Yeah. It's simple as that, man.
Yes,
it goes
absolutely.
back to the farmer. The farmer keeps he breaks it all down in the quads, and so you can divide, so you can control his farm.
Yep.
Right. So we're no different, and I just think that we need to get away from that, and I think people need to ask more questions. I don't think that, but it's about answers. I think it's about questions. I don't think people are asking enough questions. Yeah. I question everything, man. Why? Like, here's the deal: the truth can be questioned. Right?
Absolutely.
It can. If now when people have a problem with you questioning their situation, then that to me is a red flag.
Oh, right there.
Right? That's a red flag. So when, people want to cancel him, he answering. She said, listen, I am literally one post away from getting off Instagram because I just asked a few questions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not allowed to ask questions.
No.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not I don't feel like I have all the answers, but I do believe that when something doesn't smell right, you can say, hey, Ronnie, something doesn't smell right. Like if we were sitting here and something didn't smell right, I'm like, yo, something's not smelling. We can figure out doesn't smell. There's a dead skunk, and then we can get dead skunk down. We can fix it.
Absolutely.
But we live in a world and society by just pointing out the obvious. You're now they want to accuse you of being whatever.
Right.
And I think that there's a problem with that. And I think that we as a society can stop that today.
Yeah.
Right?
We can.
Everybody just needs to put on the big boy pants. Words. Yeah. Listen, I mentioned my wife was African American. I'm Puerto Rican, and I've had this conversation with my son. I'm raising a black man in America, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what I told my son the other day. Max, what if I called you I don't know what I use, a ceiling fan? He goes, that's stupid. I go, exactly. I said, and then I said, and I use some other choice words that aren't really popular. I said, what if I called you that? He goes, well, that's not nice. I go, right. But don't you have the choice to determine whether that word controls you?
Exactly.
Think about that. If we give it the power, listen, Ronnie, you can call me anything you want. And I'm in a space in my life where I have been called things that aren't really nice.
Yeah.
And rather than going, oh, that's it, now I want to fight. I want to throw everything I've worked for words.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Why is it now words are like weapons? Yeah. Listen, couple years ago, somebody said something to me that wasn't very nice. It was a racial slur. And I looked down at myself. And I looked at my buddy and says, check my back. He goes, what's up? See if I'm bleeding. I go, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I kept moving.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not bleeding. I'm good.
Yeah.
So my thing is, man, don't touch me.
Yeah.
That's a different conversation. I'm still from Camden, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
100%. 100%, man.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a spiritual being. I'm trying, but
Right.
don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
But with that being said, man, I'm not. What I hope a young person right now who's struggling and buying into that ideology that, oh, he said so and so, in fifth grade. And listen, we all have things that we're not proud of. I certainly will tell you that I have a lot of things that I'm not proud of. Yeah. I do. I really have things but I can't be the best version of me living yesterday.
Yes.
And here's the deal. The billionaire and the beggar, back to that point that I made earlier, a billionaire, right? The richest man in the world today. How much of his wealth can change yesterday?
None.
Nothing at all.
Right?
None.
Nor tomorrow, man, because we do not know what tomorrow is. And see, the power is in today. That's what I preach to my clients.
In the moment.
Today has all the power.
In the moment.
Hence why, and you and I talked about this,
Yes.
I 4 a.m. it every day. I tagged at 4 a.m. and let people know that I'm going. See, most people wait to see what the day is going to bring. Not me. I'm bringing it.
You make the day.
I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it to the day.
Yeah.
Because
the
guess
day.
what I got today? I don't know that I'm going to have tomorrow. Man, listen, man, I hope I have tomorrow. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And I hope. But if God is only going to give me today, like even coming to this podcast, I prayed that I could bring today.
Right.
I could bring it today. That's it. If I can give you that, bro, I'm good. Because I have no power on yesterday. I have no power on tomorrow.
Right.
I got today. And Carl, I'm going to try to give you what I got, man.
I got you today, man. Yeah,
I
absolutely,
hope so.
man.
Yeah.
I brought
This
brought
is
this all
how
together.
I'm starting my day.
Oh,
is
100%,
it?
bro.
You know
So
what I mean?
wait a minute. So I'm going to watch. You're going to post a video at the gym today. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I heard?
100%.
Oh, absolutely.
So
man.
listen.
Absolutely.
So after my day right now is already getting started because I'm here with you guys, right?
Yeah,
Right.
And
absolutely.
I knew the feeling I was gonna get. Obviously, sitting with you because I love you, man. And then with Mike being here, every time I'm around him. And again, I'm not trying to gas you,
Well,
bro.
that's-
man,
you
I
know
know
me,
you, so I know
you know me. I'm not.
I
like
know
that.
him. I know him. He's
I don't
he's
need
all
to, I don't need to kiss anyone's ass.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay. It is just I feel this overwhelming feeling of happiness,
Oh,
Appreciate
absolutely.
that, man.
motivation, and so I'm going to take that with me today. And if Tom Brady wins today, okay, plays at 1
Hold
o'clock.
on, Miss Shadow. Who they playing with?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's the over under on this?
I don't know.
First?
They're playing the Saints. Okay,
I don't have any money on that game.
if he wins, now my day is just even better.
Oh, absolutely.
But even if so this is where I'm going with this. If Tom Brady loses, I'm still going to the gym later and I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
Why not?
big time.
So
And it's a mindset. You're saying you're choosing, and that's what I'm saying. It's
Right.
a choice. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
It is a, it's a decision you make.
Yeah.
And so often people are allowing others to make that decision for them.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. My boss, my wife, listen,
Right,
man.
right.
Yes, yeah.
This is the hardest thing ever, being married, right? And so often being in a relationship, it's tip, and you got to learn how to navigate relationships, right? And so, and some days, I bring it as a dad, but occasionally I don't, man. And that's one of the things that I struggle with because I was a father at 17, right? So you talk about, listen, I got a book of adversity. Anybody know the flaws? And I don't say it as being a father is a flaw. I'm saying that I've made a lot of mistakes, and I don't really encourage anybody to be a father at 17, right?
Yeah.
But here's again a difficult thing that happened to me,
Yeah.
life changing, right? So it impacted my life. My daughter being born at 17, although I don't recommend it, for me, helped me stop smoking crack cocaine.
Yeah.
Right? I was holding her high, looked in the mirror and go, I ain't smoking anymore.
Yeah.
And that, like that. Like how many people can say they can, so,
Yeah.
so, there's gonna be people in my family going, oh my God, I can't believe he said this.
Oh, geez.
Hey man,
Hey.
I decided for me to do what I want to do, I have to be authentic and I have to be able to open my book.
Right.
And so I plan on doing that. I hope to be able to doing this and continue to do this. I've been invited to speak at some schools, and listen, I have a real simple saying. If you invite me and the platform is about positivity, I will speak. I won't get behind any political agendas, messaging. I'm about lifting people. I don't care if you vote blue, red, you know, because think about it. We're now Crips and Bloods, right? So I believe that I'm an independent. I vote person, not parties. I support people who are about lifting people and holding people accountable, because personal responsibility is the thing that I think is missing in our society. We now live in a society that it's okay. Well, listen, I'm overweight because of McDonald's. Well, I drive past 2 McDonald's every day and I'm not overweight.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm not going to blame McDonald's corporations for my weight or worse, you know, parents, you know, often people bring me their children, right? Look at Joey. He's fat. He needs to lose weight. I go, well, I can't fix Joey till I fix you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? They want me to fix their kids and get them fit. Yeah. But I'm going, the problem is you know, the source. And so, well, don't worry about me. I'm worried about Joey. Well, I can't fix Joey till I fix you. You're the source.
Yeah, he's watching you.
I think that as a society, we got to be honest with ourselves and have, like, this is great because we're having, here's something that we don't really see in society. You know, 3 grown ass men having candid conversations and being vulnerable.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that I had to learn in therapy. I wouldn't cry. Yeah. I grew up in, you didn't cry. Yeah. No crime. You know what I mean? Thug, you know, you had,
oh, absolutely.
You know, and so as an adult, man, I'm learning that, man, there's power in a good cry, man. Like, dude, tinted windows and cell phones are the best thing ever.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You know how many times I leave work and cry in my Jeep?
I don't want to hear that.
But as men, we live in a society where being vulnerable is like a sign of weakness. And to me, it's my superpower. You want to talk about superpower? Yeah. My superpower is that I'm okay with being, I'm okay with being criticized. I'm okay. Absolutely. I don't have perfect moments, man. Like yesterday, I was at the seafood festival in Ventnor, and I was sitting on my wife's chair and I fell. And there were some people that in the distance laughing at me, right? All right, I fell. All right, no big deal. I laughed too. But there's people who got all upset. Like, so what? I fell. Now, there's 2 ways to look at things in life that we have. We're worried about what other people think, man. Yeah. Like, and the judgment of who? Like we're all flawed, man. I'm first to tell you I'm flawed. I'm flawed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but what I don't do is focus on my flaws. I don't highlight those things. I work around them. There's things that I'm great at, and there's things I suck with, and things that I suck at, I just hire people to do them for me. I check in my email. I suck at that, so I hired somebody. Shout out to Peggy. Love you.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Good, man. Awesome. So,
but listen, I'm humbled to be here, and I hope that, you know, your platform continues to grow. And I do have some ideas that, you know, certainly we can probably come together. I want to get some messaging that's specific to people's. I think there's people out there that need to hear, and I have some ideas, and hopefully we can bounce some ideas in the future.
Absolutely. Just a few more things before we wrap up. We're going to talk about Anytime Fitness just a little bit. Okay?
Nice. I like that.
We want to spread the word.
Yeah.
As you were saying before, I do watch your videos and everything like that. Good. I'm going to post all that stuff. And I do hope that everyone out there that's watching this, follow this guy on Instagram, follow his message. I mean, the positivity alone will start getting you going and start moving. If you can't afford a gym, those are excuses and all that stuff. Walking is free. Push-ups are free.
Yes, they are.
Eating healthy might cost a little bit, but the health that you're, like the food that you're buying, you're ingesting that food, that's what's going to make you feel good. Like if you're buying crap, you're going to feel like crap. If you're
Can I disagree with you?
Go ahead.
I think that it costs more money to eat unhealthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're going to pay later. You ever see where my hashtag true. Pay now, pay later?
Yes.
So most people will say, well, I get the dollar menu and I save versus getting the vegetables. But what happens when you have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and you can't move in life?
Oh, yeah. And that's you're on medication and all that
medications.
Stuff. Right.
So it's who gets excited about putting money in their 401k or on their stock market? Nobody's excited. When they see that coming out of your check, when you go to retire, you guys just had a guy who retired, seemed really young and worked with you guys, right? Yeah. I bet you he was happy that he can look at his 401k and was able to retire, right? We don't realize that everything, listen, if you're listening, everything we do has a price. You pay now or you pay later. So I agree with you, man. I think that we have food is another one, man. We have a lot of carboholics in this world, people who are addicted to carbs. And absolutely. I think that we that's one of the things I had to get control. I used to eat a lot of bread. Cutting back on bread is something that, listen, I give a lot of information on my
absolutely.
And I tell you, you don't have to pay me. I'll give you the answers to the test.
They give you a lot of free, a lot of free information, all that stuff.
So your question, I'm sorry, I jumped in.
Yeah, no problem. So we're pushing the positivity and all that stuff. I said, follow this guy, Anytime Fitness. I'm going to have that links and all that stuff. We were talking about fitness, eating healthy, what you absorb, not only the food, but the mental stuff that you're absorbing, the conversations that you are having and everything, man. Keep people around you that are going to help promote you and support you and everything like that.
Well, isn't that the advantage of joining a gym versus working out at home? Your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
That is one of the biggest first lessons I ever learned. You talk about losing friends, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my grandmother, rest in peace, used to tell me when I was a kid, and I won't say it in Spanish because I don't know how much you no hablas español, but she used to say to me, tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are.
Okay.
Right? Wow. Yeah. So man. I was hanging out with thugs and stick-up boys, right? And gangsters. And so it's amazing. People do like, oh, well, I'm not like them. I hang out with Joey and Johnny, but I'm not like them, right? We hear that a lot, right? Oh, yeah, Let me tell you something. The three of us get in the van right now with some skunks in it. We drive around for a few hours. What do we smell like when we get done?
Skunks.
But we're not skunks.
Nope.
Right? So guess what, man? That's it in a nutshell. So the advantage of joining a gym, and I really do believe that the gym you join is important.
Yes.
And I'll give you an example because listen, don't join my gym, join a gym. But I tell you right now, be careful what gym you join.
Yes.
Give you a quick story. I had a guy years ago join my gym, and 10 minutes in the conversation, I realized this guy didn't need a gym. He needed a therapist. He had some really deep-seated issues. I'm not trying to make light of this.
I'm laughing because I know
I had to switch. I had to switch my hat because he was really overweight, and I realized, oh crap, this guy really needs. So I had to look at myself. I had to adapt. I had to switch hats real quick.
Yep.
And so I said, listen, I have a friend of mine who kind of is a therapist with food. It was a girl that I knew who was kind of starting off in that space.
Yeah.
I said, before I sell you membership, I'd love for you to talk to her. He was sneaking out of work every day. On his way home from work, he had a pie waiting for him, pizza pie, like clockwork. He had a deal with this pizza place. Every day at 4:00, he would have a pie ready. He'd go hide in the park and eat it. And again, he was just, society, a big guy, big eater, right? We celebrate that. Everybody in the family has, Uncle Joe's a big eater.
Yeah.
Give him 3 plates. No, Uncle Joe has issues.
Yeah, he's got a problem.
He had problems. Fast forward, he reconnected with me and was doing well with that. Got that a little under control. I started training him and then he got better 100 pounds later. Now, imagine that same guy joining a gym and it's pizza day. And I'm not taking any shots at any gyms out there, man.
No, listen, I'm glad
you mentioned that. But I'm a firm believer that if your gym is offering you pizza,
right?
I'm sorry, man. And then people are like, well, I make the choice not to eat. No, we have people out there who imagine that guy had joined the day on pizza day. You think he would be 100 pounds lighter?
Right.
And I struggle with that because I think we have a responsibility. I take my job very, I have to help people. I've helped people who were borderline suicidal. I mean, I have emails I can show you. Yeah. Mental health issues, addictions, marriage, whatever. And I think that if they came to my facility and I didn't or I took advantage of that, hey, I mean, I don't push widgets or stuff on people.
Yeah.
Magic weight spells. If you buy this product from me, you'll be 10 pounds heavier. I could, but I don't. And that's what I'm saying. So the environment plays a huge role. And one of the things I'll tell you, Anytime Fitness for me, when I decided to go into business for myself, because I was working for another huge facility and they were profit driven. It was about the money. And I used to remember going to my leadership and say, hey, why don't we spend a little more time loving on these people and helping them? No. We just, it was a turn and burn system.
Yeah.
We don't care if they stay, just get their money up front. Let's just get their money up front. And I'll never forget, man, I was up for a huge promotion. I was going to be, I was getting ready to get promoted. I was on a short list for a huge payday and I was 6 figures at that point. I walked away from that because it just didn't feel right in my spirit.
Yeah.
And I really believe, remember I talked about how there's a price and look, I was rewarded because look, now I have my facilities that I can do that. So for me, although it is important for me to be profitable because I wouldn't exist without profits, I think how you get those profits are important. I generally feel that my trainers, and you work out with Connor.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have a genuine desire to help people. And when I was choosing gyms, I went around and I met with a lot of different franchises. And I'll be honest, man, a lot of them were about, listen, we can, screw people over and make a lot of money. That's not who I am. So I found, in fact, Anytime Fitness, one of the, when I met with them, they were like, when you flying out so we can meet you, we're going to learn about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was about fitness. Everybody at corporate office was fit. And here's what I've learned, man. And this is not going to be popular and my wife might hate me for this. I don't take money advice from broke people or fitness advice from unfit people. And like everybody has opinions.
Yeah.
Everybody has advice. It's cheap and it's free.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, man. If I was gonna get into the mortgage game, would I seek a guy who's never had a mortgage?
Right.
Or a guy who's managed? I want to find a guy who's managed the most or understands them in every way possible. Yeah. Study the greats, become greater. And I think that's what we do different. Anytime Fitness, I found that at the top, they were people who generally care about fitness. And that's why I chose the franchise. And it's how I run my club, man.
Absolutely.
We don't run it by the numbers. I don't care how. I tell my clients, hey, listen, the 3 C's we live by with my staff. When I hire people, I said, I'm only going to ask you to do 3 things here. 3 things. This is all I need from you. I need you to coach. I need you to care and connect. If you do that, you'll be successful. And guess what? The trainers that have worked for me that couldn't do one of them are no longer with me. Yeah. You got to do all 3, right? Yeah. And I tell them, if you care on enough people and you help enough, I'm quoting Zig Ziglar here. I love Zig Ziglar. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want.
Absolutely.
And people, I literally had a trainer who worked for me who wanted to be me. I could just announce today that I have a spot open. It books. And I don't say that to brag. I'm saying that I've earned that. I've helped people and I have a genuine desire to help people. So people know when there's a spot open, they jump on it. It took me 20 years to be an overnight success. And you got these trainers that don't know the difference between a bicep and a tricep and want my level of success after 6 weeks of an online course.
Right.
It's not. I earned my stripes. It's like the military. Hey, I want to be the sergeant. Yeah. Well, you got to be the private first.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a price to pay. So
absolutely.
Pay now.
Wow.
Pay later. Everybody pays though. You know that, right?
Everyone pays.
Everybody pays. You don't escape without paying. And unfortunately, there are people paying with a life, which I think life is precious, man. We get one, man. And I hate this saying, oh, you only live once. No, we don't. We live every day. We die once. So I'm going to live every day when I wake up, that intention. I wake up with that kind of zest. Yeah.
Absolutely. So before we wrap this up.
Did we get anything done? I'm sorry.
I just wait. Before, real quick,
Go ahead, Ron. What do you got?
All right. So I've been a member of Anytime Fitness for a long time, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the worst thing I ever did was stop going to Anytime Fitness.
I still loved you though.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think you knew that when I came to you and said, hey, I want to end my membership because I'm going to start building my home gym. Right?
I think you're going to say that.
Okay. So it's not like Mike said, oh man, that's going to be amazing. You're going to do, he didn't bullshit me.
Yeah.
The sound that the vibe that I got was he'll be back.
Well,
okay?
because I loved you when you came,
right,
and I loved you when you left.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wanted nothing but the best for me, right?
Dude.
But I have to find out on my own what the right decisions are, what the wrong decisions are. So I was excited to have my own home gym. I'm like, I'm going to get it every day and I'm going to buy all this equipment, which I did.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money buying equipment, my gym.
Great to hang delegates.
Yeah. My gym in the basement looked amazing, right? Took pictures, posted it online, felt good about myself, right? And then I realized I haven't went in the basement in 2 days.
Tough.
3 days. Oh, I'll get it tomorrow because it's in my basement, right?
Oh yeah, it's right there.
And that didn't happen. The best choice I ever made was selling all my equipment and signing back up to Anytime Fitness.
I appreciate that. And we love having you, man. I appreciate it. And it's the story of prodigal son, man. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
The story of prodigal son.
Yeah.
I got to say it because that's it. You know, if you don't know the story, look it up.
Yep.
You love people where they are, man. And I appreciate you saying that, man. So
yeah. And I could have chose a bunch of different gyms.
Yeah.
And the reason that I didn't choose those gyms, we're not going to bash anybody or anything, but I seen the things that they were promoting.
Yeah.
And I talked to a bunch of the people that go to those gyms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
shortcuts. I don't believe in shortcuts, man.
Right.
And that's why not everybody's going to join my gym, man.
Right.
Yes.
I don't do shortcuts. I do it the right way.
You know what's funny? People get so caught up in image and stuff like that, right? So I know a couple people who made fun of me for sticking with Mike in Anytime Fitness. Yeah. And I look at them and then I look at myself and I'm like, well, you're promoting this big, heavy pump and iron gym that all these people go to. And and it's supposed to be a powerhouse gym, or it's supposed to be a gym where, you know, there's 1,000 treadmills and everybody goes to that gym and stuff like that. And I'm making more progress than they are.
Right.
Because of consistency and because of the environment that I'm surrounded in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's that positive.
We believe that, man. And fitness is everything. Like for me, fitness is not just about your body and your abs, right? It's about your mindset. So I attack as a coach. I don't attack like, listen, man, what you weigh. In fact, often people, I don't care what you weigh. You know, it's really just get moving, man. And that's what like my whole mindset, my philosophy is. We have a challenge going on right now. It's free, man. I'm giving it away.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about, the 100-day challenge.
I got a 100-day challenge. I'm giving it away. I can, if you listen, take me up on this. You do it exactly how I wrote it, and you don't need to join my gym. If you're not a different person in 100 days, then I'm a liar.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee it's going to change your life, man. It's I just think that we need to be real, and I think I think that the guys that want to be in the power gyms and lifting heavy. Listen, you know what benching 400 pounds will help you do?
Bench 400 pounds.
Bingo. Like I'm in that being healthy.
Yeah.
The ego is what wants you to bench 400 pounds. For me, if I could at my age, who I enjoy snowboarding, you know, and I'm doing like, you know, Colorado back bowls, and I'm getting lost, and you know me, I still want to be an extreme skier. I'm going wakeboarding in a couple hours. I want to just be able to play, right? We don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. Right. I want to be able to play as long as I can and live, because there's only two types of people who exist and people who live. I live. If you follow me on the gram, I'm somewhere, I'm hiking, I'm doing something fun. I'm living life, and I'm not waiting for that right day when the time is right. The time is right today. Today's the right time. I'm going to do it today. Yeah. So that's, you know, my gym, is it for everybody? No, but here's what I will say. We're probably the only gym in the area that offer you a free week, because we're either for you or we're not. So just go to www.anytimefitness.com, click on the link, give us a little information. You don't get a hard sell. I don't even have sales to people. I don't have one sales rep working for me, which, in the grand scheme of fitness industry, most people say, well, Mike, you can't do that. You can't run a gym that way. I've been told that. Yeah. I have coaches. I have coaches who care.
Absolutely.
Right? And so for me, I'd rather have somebody that's going to help you and care about you than sell you. And selling is easy, man. Yep. Anybody, listen, I'm from Camden, man. I could sell. So it's not selling that matters to us. It's changing, and I think having an impact. And that for me is going back to the day I know my why. I want to make an impact. I want to be, you know, the day that I die, right? You ever been at a funeral and wonder and heard things about people and you didn't know that about them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what are they going to say about you?
Yeah. What are they?
And that's what I ask myself. What are they going to say about me? So I would love, you know, some of these kids that I've helped, you know, to say, man, he helped me, or blah, blah, blah. And legacy would be when those words, when my children hear them for the first time. Man, that's powerful.
Bro, that's deep stuff, man.
Yeah, man. This is fun, man.
This is a lot of fun. This is amazing. Like I said, check out this guy on Instagram, all that stuff. His positive message, it will change your mindset, man. It's changed me, because I'm looking for that. I want that mindset and everything.
Can I just say one thing? Because I know this is probably going to come up in the comment section. I'm not wearing sunglasses because I'm cool. I have allergies and I look like I got punched in the face. So I just want to shout out.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, he thinks he's cool.
No.
I just want to say that he is cool.
I'm not cool.
And you can wear whatever you want, Mike.
Listen, I tell my son that all the time, right? So I have a 13-year-old. Quick story. I always say, you know, one time I was cool, right? And he's like, I know, Dad. You tell me all the time.
Oh, man.
Awesome. Hope I didn't embarrass him today.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, man. Check him out. Check out Anytime Fitness, please. All that stuff. Any last words before we wrap this thing up?
You know, I always like to leave with one little story. So I'll leave you with the story of human condition, right? Because I say this a lot. If you're going to follow me, you might get lost, because I actually assume you know what I'm talking about. So there was a great Cherokee Indian, and he's there with his grandson. And at 13, they come to their men. And so the grandson looks at his boy and says, the grandfather looks at his grandson and says, son, the day that you're born, God places two battling wolves in your heart. The first wolf is a pessimist. He's negative. He's lazy. And his only purpose is to keep you from your power, from your purpose and your journey. That's his only job. The grandson says, well, Grandpa, what about the other wolf? He goes, oh, the other wolf's majestic. He's powerful. He's positive. He's going to take you to your destiny. He's full of love, compassion, grace. The boy goes, Grandpa, which wolf will win that battle? He says, son, whichever one you feed. So with that being said, feed the good wolf. Let's go.
Oh, absolutely, man. Awesome. Amazing stuff. Ronnie, you want to wrap us up here?
I'm not following that. What are you, crazy?
Oh, you don't want to follow?
No,
Okay.
hey, listen, I'm usually not at a loss for words, but this isn't my moment. This is Mike's moment, and
absolutely,
it, Mike. Between me and you, I love you, bro.
I love you, man.
Listen,
I mean that sincerely, and I hope we can do this again. I have some
Absolutely.
specific topics, and listen,
absolutely.
especially people with different elements. Because in our community, I'm learning there's people that are struggling, and listen, I can't fix everything, but I can certainly offer you a path.
Yeah,
So.
Absolutely.
And I want to say I am one of your loyal vampires.
All right.
At night, I show up at.
That's what we call our members that come at 2, 3 in the morning. Vampires. I don't see them. I know they exist.
Yeah. So look, I get out of work at 11:30 at night. I'm at the gym 11:45, and I'm getting it. Sometimes I don't get out of there till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
But
man.
there's a what I always say, right? So we're open 24/7, 365 days a year. Number one excuse why people don't work out? Time.
Right.
Exactly.
No, there is
good.
time.
No excuse, man.
No
No
excuse.
excuse. No
Listen.
excuse.
Listen, I love working out at that time because I feel like, especially coming right out of work, I need that.
Yeah, you need it.
Time,
especially what you do for a living, man. That's gotta be tough.
I want to thank you for providing that to us.
I appreciate it, man.
because it's important.
And if ever I can't sleep, I'll pop in and work out with you one day.
Yeah,
I wake up at 4, man. So 3 in the morning is like I'm probably in REM.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
I want to thank you, man, for everything you do.
Thank you, man.
And also, I grew up in Mays Landing, and I want to thank you for providing, the gyms to us and doing everything you do for our community.
Love our community, man.
Because Mays Landing is a great community, man. And
May 7th, you know what May 7th and Mays Landing is, right?
No.
yeah.
Mike Colazo there.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, man.
I was actually 2016. I was businessman of the year. I'm shooting my own horn here. No, and talk about honor and pride about the town.
Yeah.
You never know, man. Like, listen, when I look at that plaque, I get choked up, man, because forever May 7th and Mays Landing is Mike Colazo Day. I was really active in Merchant Association and a lot of events, so I was honored. Amy Gatto, who's an amazing person in our community.
Her. Yeah, we grew up together.
She made that happen when she was on committee. So I always kid my family, like, you know what today is, right? May 7th. Be nice to me.
Yo, so check this out. A kid from Camden, New Jersey, now has a day in Mays Landing, New Jersey, specifically for himself.
Yeah, man, it's dope, man. Dude, it blows my mind.
If
bro.
that doesn't motivate you to get up and change who you are, nothing will.
Yeah, well, I'm honored and I'm humbled, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, we're going to get into that more. We're going to see Mike definitely a little bit more, have him on the show again. Good things in the future, pushing that positive message and all that stuff, man. So if you guys like this conversation, show me a little like there. If you have anything you want to write in the comments, please reach out to any one of us, man. If you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to hear your story and everything else like that. And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much.